Wow. I say that after every game. I said that after game 5. I've said that for almost every single game review in these playoffs and in the playoffs before that. But just, wow. So, let's go back to game 5. The Islanders get blown out of the water by a score of 8-0. The most complete game by the Tampa Bay Lightning I've ever seen. And the worst game by the New York Islanders I've ever seen. And the Islanders follow that up with one of the best games, one of the most entertaining games I have ever, not just Islanders, I have ever watched. The fans, the energy, the way the Islanders played, what an entertaining game that was. Extremely. So let's get into it. So the starting goalies are Varlamov and Vasilevsky. You start off with Vazzy. It's his 69th straight playoff start, which, nice. I had to. I'm sorry. It said it, and I had to. Kucherov went to the locker room early after a hit by Barzal or hitting Barzal, and it hurt him. Yeah, you could argue that was why Tampa lost tonight, and you know what? You could make that argument. There was Maroon and Martin going at it again, and like I said, I've said it for the entire series. Patrick Maroon and Matt Martin have been pretty much fighting I think they were the ones fighting in last year's playoffs, and now they're fighting in this year's playoffs. It's amazing. But I love the intensity. Shots were 3-3, 10 minutes in. It was just kind of boring zone hockey until Barzal got a chance that was stopped by Vasilevsky. Apart from that, there really wasn't anything of interest, to be honest with you, in that first period up until that point. Then Matt Martin would head to the locker room after a puck hit his face. He would come back, though. And the Islanders, I felt like they were playing a more complete game in the first period, much better. And then Brandon Point, as I write that down, Brandon Point scores his 9th straight playoff game with a goal, his 14th from Sorelli. He is one game behind Reggie Leach for tying the record. And he could tie the record, but to break the record, they're going to need to win Game 7. So it's 1-0 Tampa, and it doesn't look too good. So that's the end of the first period. Second period, Matt Martin returns, still no Kucherov at the time. Ross Colton would then go to the dressing room after a big hit from Matt Martin. Martin played a big role in this game. I thought I could give him honorable mention. Beauvillier, there was a Beauvillier shot stopped by Vasilevsky, and then there was a gourde chance that was fanned on. If that chance wasn't fanned on, you have a very different game. A Zizeki's shot that was gloved by Vasilevsky caused a very big scruffle in the area, and Clutterbuck got a penalty for roughing. There was some complaints as to why Blake Coleman didn't get a penalty for it at all, and that was a big thing. Trotz argued it. And then there was a penalty for Hedman against tripping, so it's 4-on-4 for a little bit. Islanders get a little bit of power play. And then Ross Colton returned during that time to the Bolts bench, by the way. And then Sergachev got a penalty for interference, 4-on-3, and it would be 5-on-3. So the Islanders, they play it smart, and they call a timeout. And you know what? That's probably one of the most wisest and strategic things you want to do. There was a Palmieri shot that was stopped by Vasilevsky, and a Pulak shot that was stopped by Vasilevsky, who pretty much was saving the Bolts at that point. And McDonough, and I got to give credit to McDonough and Jan Ruda, underrated defenseman, really, really shut down Barzal in that power play in the shooting lane. So you gave Barzal the forcement to pass, and it was a huge Tampa kill, and they just really didn't give the Isles anything. And then Anthony Sorelli scores from Palat, makes it 2-0, and I said to myself, okay, so from the way Tampa's playing in those first two periods, yeah, I don't know if the Islanders will come back, is what I said at the time. By the way, Cirelli scored that Game 6 overtime winner in the 2020 playoffs in the bubble. So, And then Jordan Eberle scores from Barzal and Green. It makes it 2-1. And that ended a scoreless drought in almost 5 periods. Nearly 2 games. Insane. There was a Clutterbuck Clutterbuck returned to the Islanders bench because he was out for a little bit. I'm not too sure. They didn't mention that in the book. There was an Andy Green shot that had Vasilevsky stopped. It was deflected a little bit, and it went into a wide open part of the net, and Ciziquez just couldn't get it. And I'm sure Ciziquez isn't really regretting that, but And after that goal, it really was an Islanders game for the rest of the game. The Isles were just on the Bolts' toes, literally. And then my internet checked out. My internet checked out for the last 2 minutes of the game, or of the period, not the game. So if I missed anything, my apologies. I know I missed the Scott Mayfield thing. Mayfield and Coleman were off for roughing because they had some scruffles at the end of the third period. So it was 4-on-4 for a little bit. Didn't really do anything. There was a Barzal shot that was stopped by Vasilevsky. A Palmieri chance that was stopped. An Eberle bounce was broke up by Vasilevsky. And then Killorn gets a penalty. And then for holding. And I said that this is the biggest power play for the Isles season. And, no. Bolts killed it off. There was a big chance that goes off Eberle's stick. And that was tough. But then, Scott freaking Mayfield. Of all people. Mayfield scores his second of the playoffs to tie up the game. And the Isles arena went insane. Insane. Those fans, man. Those fans are crazy. Tampa had one shot in the third through the first 14 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. The Islanders shut them the F down. And that's really what killed them. Or killed Tampa. Matt Martin got a penalty for high sticking. Biggest PK for the Islanders season. A Stamkos shot was stopped by Varlamov. A Kucherov, So the penalty was then killed off. And I wrote down here, Kucherov is very missed by Tampa. They couldn't really generate offense on those power plays. And they killed him off. Eberle's shot was then stopped by Vasilevsky. And then I wrote down overtime, ... Deja vu. And all I thought about was that song by Olivia Rodrigo, which I despise her, by the way, saying deja vu. And, we've heard the song. But I was like, hold up, maybe. And the overtime starts, is kind of ragging the puck for a little bit. And then Anthony freaking Beauvillier scores to win the game for the Islanders. And that Coliseum went insane. When Beauvillier scored that goal, it was like I was watching 2019 against Pittsburgh. It literally felt like Game 1. The arena went insane. Beauvillier is on his knees going to the bench. All the players are going towards him, and it's just a water bottle frenzy on the ice. Water bottles being thrown all around the place. Yeah. So the Islanders win Game 6, 3-2. We're going to have a Game 7. I'm not going to be able to cover that. That's on Friday. I will be camping. So, unfortunately. The shots were 28-24 in favor of the Islanders. Tampa was 0-2 on the power play. Islanders were 0-3, so no power play goals. 34-24 were the hits in favor of the Islanders. And then 3 stars of the game were Anthony Beauvillier, Brayden Point, and Scott Mayfield. And then I put Anthony Cirelli as an honorable mention. So there you go. We're going to have a Game 7. And to be entirely honest with you, I don't know who wins it. Being honest. I don't know. I would have said Tampa, but now I honestly don't know. So I'm coming into Game 7 pretty optimistic. We'll see what happens, but I think it's going to be pretty interesting. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank y'all for watching, and I really do appreciate it. It's been an amazing run on the channel as of late, and this probably will be the last game review until the Stanley Cup Finals. I don't know. I might be able to do tomorrow. I'm not sure, though. So thank y'all for watching, for your support, and I will see you guys in the next video.